Hello and welcome and welcome and hello. I'm going to dispense with the pleasantries and just say one to two, maybe three, four more times. Welcome and hello and hello and welcome. And greetings and salutations, guys. Happy Friday. It's your old buddy, DannyDealz. Let's jazz hands it for Friday. Let's jazz hands it for earnings. To go back to a Crank Yakers reference, we were kicking around some nonsense the other day, guys, but I'll tell you, I'm going to try to talk a little bit more controlled, a little bit more subdued so I don't lose my voice. I am going to keep this live stream short. I want to keep all my energy for Monday morning. I am going to come out of the gate like a bull trying to buck off a cowboy at the rodeo, just hyped up with methamphetamines. Guys, I'm levered up. I've got ill advised calls. I've got way, way too many shares. I'm absolutely terrified. No, I'm not, guys. Why am I not terrified? It's this man right here. His face is on Mount Crushmore. And, I guess so much of life is who do you trust? The internet, we live in this, what they call the information age, the digital age, where there's just infinite information at your fingertips, guys. And that's a blessing and it's a curse because how do you decipher it all? How do you decide what's important? How do you decide what's credible? It's very, very difficult. And that to me is the reason you have to look to primary sources. You have to look at what management says. You have to look at the numbers in the earnings reports. You have to look at the trend in the earnings reports. And you have to try to ignore drivel. Like when the parrot's call at New Year's started this big sell-off that we've seen here the last few weeks on Sofi, went down like 30% or whatever at one point. Um, nobody sort of stopped to ask, like, okay, he's saying things are going to go bad. Like, technology's going to go bad. They're going to have bad numbers next year, bad earnings. He even actually, I think, predicted 1 cent to the positive in Q4, if I'm not mistaken. If I am mistaken, it wouldn't be the first time, but somebody please correct me. But it's like, imagine if you had a disease, okay? And you went to, say, a physician who was a researcher, and he had every bit of data about that disease. And the last 10 patients who saw him, you know, you got all the references, and you went to the last 10 patients who saw him, and they all said, no, the doctor is really good. He's completely accurate. He does his homework. He went over everything with me, and he was just exceptionally accurate. And, so I had faith in him. And you kept getting the same answer. And, you know, you're like, okay, but this other guy, this drunk guy at the bar says, I should just take echinacea and, white willow bark and some yohimbe or, whatever the fuck. And, but it's like, okay, but that's just a drunk guy at a bar. Like, he doesn't know anything about really what he's talking about. He might have some title, but I mean, I just view the parrot and, the five head as like the drunk guys at the bar. They have no insight into the company and they're very lazy and sloppy, and they clearly don't do the kind of research. If you guys caught SoFi Weekly, that Thursday edition kind of caught me off guard. I was actually supposed to be on Friday, but Tanner pulled a fast one on me. They're big leaguing me over there. That was great show though, absolutely great show. I was commenting from LA County Jail actually. And that's a long story. But so the guys were it was Roy who was just, an instant celebrity, and then Chris, who is data driven investing, who I did comment looked like he was fired from an episode of Deadliest Catch, perhaps by Captain Sig. Just wiry, just wound tight, just that wiry strength, just you don't want to mess with. I don't know if he stabbed another fisherman or what exactly happened, but we're glad, Chris was let go from Deadliest Catch so that he could provide us his exceptional analysis. But just a great show, guys. And I mean, Roy was really the only bull on the stage. I was counting on Tevez to be a little bit more bullish. I think Steve was mostly either playing video games or just trading or doing other research. But I always like, because whenever Steve talks on that show and there's all those people, it's very important. Like, he doesn't It's not like the other guys kind of joking around, then you should listen. But it was just a great show. If you missed it, if you're expecting it tonight and you missed it, go ahead and watch the rerun. Can't kill you. There's nothing wrong with reruns. Some of you turds who can't sleep know what I'm talking about. You spend way too much time, watching WKRP in Cincinnati, all the idiosyncrasies of Herb Tarlick. Like, come on. What's going on here, guys? Welcome and hello. Hello and welcome, guys. It's Un Poco Mas. Y'all heard? Y'all heard? Guys, and just as another note, just as an aside, like, I don't play. Like, I'm not playing. I got a huge SoFi position. I've done some math. I've looked at some numbers. I've talked to some people. I've listened to some guys. I've gotten a couple of tips on horses. And I just think this I don't think there's any way it's break even. It's just not going to happen. They're going to be on the bottom line and they're going to beat on the top line. I mean, guidance is key. Tech is key. All these things are key. There's so many locks. Do we have the keys? That's the question. Guys, that's the question as they come down the home stretch. Who is going to win? And so my point is, guys, who knows more about this company than Noto, Lapointe et al.? And they have given us really, really accurate forecasts and information for the last 2+ years. So if you look at what they're expecting and what they're telling us, and you realize they always sort of underpromise just a little bit and overdeliver just a little bit, it's generally very, very measured. They have a real good command of their numbers. And they're telling you tech's going to be moving up, contributing more and more. Analysts are telling you, no, 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 tech's going to be falling. They're telling you, the margins are going to only get better. And that was another discussion on SoFi Weekly that they were talking about. Tanner and DDI, Deadliest Catch Chris. They were going back and forth, and they were confusing because it was like net margins for 2024 versus the oh, what was I talking about? Sorry, I had it in my notes somewhere. Um yeah, he was talking about the margin on additional revenues. So it's not the overall revenues. Like, they're not going to be at 20% net margins in 2024. That would be completely insane. But the point is, for every dollar they increase sales now with their cost structure, they make a huge amount more profit. So as they scale, they're going to improve their margins very, very quickly. And they're scaling quickly because they're growing quickly. And that's sort of that guns and butter debate you have with SoFi that I think Anthony Noto is playing, masterfully, like a virtuoso, like a Stradivarius violin. That's how Anthony Noto is playing this thing. Of course, the analysts don't respect it. The analysts hate SoFi, and that's fine, guys. But the proof is in the pudding, and I think when this comes out, it's going to be really hard to step on the stock. Obviously, they're going to try because shorts are not covering, guys. Take a look. 24,125. So this is yesterday. Aggregate short volume ratio, 60.55%. Okay? This number was 28% just back on the 27th December. It was 27% the next day. Jumped up into the 40s. Now hit the 60s. And that was on pretty heavy volume. Guys, volume's not light. They're having to keep the stock price here. This is not natural. And what I mean, I've said many times, everything below sort of that $8 level has been a completely manufactured fugazi. And this is what I mean, guys. This is not any type of price action that is controlled by men. We are men of men. And guys, I do apologize. My teleprompter went down. Lou, we get the teleprompter back up, Lou. Not a lurker. Lou. That's my staff, Lou. He's not here. I have not a lurker manning my East Coast offices, holding me down out there. Thank you very much. I want to send a shout out, of course, to Princess J, as well as Cutes. Love you guys. And what was I talking about? I can't really remember. How's everybody doing? Welcome and hello. Hello and welcome. Welcome and hello. And I just want to apologize for the timbre of my voice. Guys, there's just no bass in it. Listen to this. Hey now. Hear that? Sounds totally normal, Hank. No, no, no. It's really flat. Hey now. Hey now. Hank Kingsley, one of the funniest characters of all time. Um, Anyway, guys, so what were we talking about? Yeah, I gotta move. I gotta move on, guys. My brain is a complete fiasco, as if that's something out of the ordinary. But guys, it is not normal for a stock to go up and down at these angles, this severity, these swings. A stock of this thing's trading like some kind of trading penny stock with like a $30 million market cap. The reversals are just insane. So just look at this middle line. Just ignore all this. If you want to just get past all this, it's been trading sideways and down and consolidating for, you know, the last 7 months. I mean, if you just cut through all the noise. And the bottom line is, you know, it's been controlled by algos, robots. People have not been doing this. Now, retail's been taken for a ride on this roller coaster, but most of us haven't dumped, thankfully, and hopefully you bought the dips. And a lot of people here are smarter than the average bear, and you guys are making money on options. God bless you. Most retail probably isn't. Most retail is just not that smart. Most retail trades too much. They trade emotionally. They go in and out. They wash. Just most retail is just a fucking disaster, and that's why market makers do this to take their money. But it seems like these hedge funds have not accumulated, they haven't covered, they've been borrowing, as I've just shown you, extremely heavily the last few days. And you guys, like I said, shares on loan was 84 million on January 3rd, guys. I know I say guys a lot. I know. Down in the comments. Shares on loan were 84 million on January 3rd, January 4th, January 5th, still in the 80s, January 8th. So, guys, I mean, how many trading days has that have been since the 8th of January? Not very many. I mean, it's like 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks. And the shares on loan have increased like what, 45 million plus, almost 50 million. I mean, it is what it is, guys. It's 5 million. This data, I'm not making this up. The data is what the data is, and the short hasn't increased all that much. So you're talking about basically short long hedge funds, or going pure short, borrowing shares. What else is going on? I don't know exactly the mechanics of it, but all I know is they're betting against SoFi big time, very, very deeply. And I would contend these shorts have been wrong all along, and they're going to get proven wrong in a huge way pre-market Monday when we get that Q4 ER. And again, as I've said till I'm blue in the face, I'm predicting between 3 and 5 cents. I think 3 is a pretty conservative number. I mean, we went over this yesterday with data-driven investing. We went over a lot of these other articles, and they all get to the same conclusion that SoFi getting to 25 million in net profit is just below the midpoint of their guidance, and they've beat the midpoint of their guidance every single quarter as a public company going back 9 quarters. So you guys explain it to me if you can, how they're going to just break even. I mean, think about it. Last quarter they added over 10% to their overall membership in Q3. All those new members are going to be working. So you have to just look at the Q3 numbers and realize it's a company that's almost 11% bigger on a membership basis. And those are a lot of quality members because they originated a lot more student loans than anyone is expecting. I think in terms of the dark horses, I already went over this. Student loans is a big one. I think you might see a lot more student loans and, frankly, a lot more home loans than people were expecting. And I think consumer loans, personal loans, may not have fallen off quite as badly as they do in most Q4s, because that wasn't following the exact trend. That was flat to Q2 to Q3. Now, the customer acquisition cost, the membership growth, those were huge uptrends last 3 quarters. The analysts are saying, hey, they're going to cut the spend and those numbers are going to fall like rocks. Those guys can kick rocks as far as I'm concerned, because I think membership growth is actually going to be better than last quarter. I mean, people think I'm totally nuts, and you know, maybe they're right. I don't know. Yeah, not a lurker is basically my conscience. He's the angel and the devil. And yeah, I don't know, guys. I know most of you guys watch Future Investing and Stock Goat, and there's basically a million fat white jabronis covering SoFi. I was like watching SoFi Weekly. I was like, hey, is there any way you could guys could have on more young white guys? Just get that perspective. Just get that clean cut white Canadian perspective. Just want to give you guys an A plus for diversity up there, eh? No, I'm just joking. It's like I don't have anything against young, clean cut white guys, and in fact, especially if they know a lot about SoFi, I love them to death. But I was just kind of making a dumb joke. I like to make a lot of dumb jokes in their comments. Um, Anyway, what's going on, guys? What's up, PC? What's up, Beach Boy? Bobby, Ukeko? How's it going, guys? I'm not going back through all the comments. I'm leaving Not a Lurker in charge of the comments because I just get the videos get insanely long, and as you know, I get sidetracked extremely easily. But if anything is like super, super important, or you have some question you want me to answer, just mark it with hey, you big fat turd, exclamation point, question mark, tippy toe, and then the code word is double bacon cheeseburger. Sheet five bulls never learn. Oh, I think that's that guy from um there was some dude who used to say sheet fi all the time on one of the websites. I can't remember. God, some of the website guys are like, you just wonder what is the mental level of somebody who just repeats like a phrase. I guess I don't know. Does that bother you guys to be called sheet fi, or like the other one is like baggy? You guys are baggies. Like, you mean I'm down on a stock? Oh my god, shocker. This is like only the thousandth time that's happened to me in my life. Oh dear lord, you're hurting my feelings. Next, you're gonna make a fat joke. I've never heard one of those before either, you fucking turds. Um, so anyway, so that's not normal. I also kind of also to follow on the SoFi rock opera that explores the highs and the lows and the emotions of having invested in SoFi back from the IPO days to the SPAC selection when Chamath bent us over for all those SPAC vampire shares that I can't believe Chamath has more shares than Noto. It's not even I mean, God, these SPAC guys. I want to organize a SPAC. I just need. Do any of you guys have $250 million you can loan me? Just I'm good for it. I'll sign a napkin. I'll do some napkin math. I'll sign a personal promissory note. I'll be happy to sign a personal promissory note. No questions asked. Just wire the money. I'll sign a promissory note. All right, bro? Yeah, my word is my bond. It'll be like Dumb and Dumber. Our word is our bond. We'll be meticulous. We'll keep IOUs. You might want to hold on to that one. That's a Lamborghini. It's like, ah! She just starts shooting people. Um, Great movie, Dumb and Dumber. Highly underrated. It's no Cable Guy. No, it's an Dumb and Dumber was literally absolutely brilliant on so many levels. It wasn't nearly as dumb as people think. It wasn't like an Adam Sandler movie. This is my twin sister, Jackie. And this is my twin brother, Jerome. Like, I'm a black guy. Like, I'm a lady. Like, this doesn't make any sense, kids. I'm 60 years old. Like, what the hell is going on here? Like, and I love Adam Sandler, but some of those movies, like the twin things, are just like, Jesus, what's going on? Hello and welcome, by the way. Welcome and hello. So I had just not that much to go over today. Again, trying to keep this one short, but my point here with the chart is that basically what this thing does is it moves over and then it legged up a lot and then it moved over again. Now it's moved over longer than it did before and it's been more dramatic in terms of the ups and downs, but at the end of the day, that's really what's happened. Okay, and we're still up here near the peaks from the last channel where it only really went on pump and dumps. We're actually, I don't know, where the hell are we? 760. We're actually right in this area. So I don't know. I just don't see any reason to panic. I think the ER is going to determine to a degree the price action. Now, the fact that they've held us down is going to, hold down the possible expectations for that day one pump. But if the ER is as good as I think it is, which is going to be at 5 cents, it's going to be a total game changer and institutions are going to rush into the stock. Guys, they're calling for 0 cents. That's a 3 cent change from, it's not even on the trend. And you got to realize the company is getting bigger and their incremental margins are outstanding. So as they're adding sales, they're making money at a much faster rate than the previous dollars. It's right there in the numbers, guys. And that's why, again, check out SoFi Weekly, check out Data Driven Investing's website. It's all right in front of you. Chris lays it out. It's like makes it very, very simple. And go back through this article too. Revenue will soar in 2024. These are based on numbers. These are based on forecasts that management provides that they always beat. I had this usual suspects quote I was going to paraphrase. It's like, what the shorts never figured out, and what I know now, was that these turds would never break, never lie down, never bend over for anyone. That's a quote from Verbal Kent, paraphrased, kind of apropos of nothing, as the phrase goes. And again, here is the Un Poco Mas tile for today. Hello and welcome, welcome and hello. It is Un Poco Mas. And Honest Anthony has not lied about an ER yet. And on Monday, we are climbing Mount Crushmore. I firmly believe that Tony Notes, Anthony Noto, my biological father, as Tracy Morgan would say, this man with the perfect salt and pepper hair, with the windbreaker, the man who's always somehow at a conference, which is at a luxury golf course resort. And I'm sure us SoFi shareholders are paying for all that luxury travel, and we should happily do so. If we're paying for the Botox and the tanner, I don't care. And I'm not talking Tanner from Future Investing. I'm talking about the tanning sessions. I'm talking about Noto looking youthful, looking rested, and looking his best. And if I'm paying for that as a shareholder, if I'm paying for his makeup artist, if I'm paying for his windbreaker, I'm happy to do it. If I'm paying for these perfectly placed gray highlights that he might want us to believe are actually authentic, all right? The man's great with his numbers. If those highlights are real, I can't say. That would be speculation. The only thing I am absolutely 1 million, and this is totally stupid, guys. So keep that in mind. This is a comedy show. This is for entertainment purposes only, and it's not even doing that. If I was a betting man, I'd say the only thing, and I am, the only thing I am 110% certain of is that we are going to have a massive, massive beat pre-market Monday. And we could do a mini squeeze, guys. And I'm not talking about, again, in your chonies where you normally find a mini squeeze. I'm talking about the stock price. I'm talking about all the borrowing. The short interest hasn't gone up a lot, but the borrowing's gone up a ton. Okay, that means when they cover, they're going to buy that share. They're not going to cover with the share they have. And either way, it's going to put upward price pressure on the stock, and shares are going to get tight. So what should retail do? If retail was a hedge fund, if retail should buy on Monday. Retail should put a bunch of pressure on these guys and push the goddamn shorts off a cliff. And just say, hey, if I have to buy at 850, I buy at 850. If I buy at 940, I buy at 940. If I have to buy at 1090, I buy at 1090. If I actually believe this is a $25 or a $45 stock or a $50 stock in years to come and I'm going to hold it, I really shouldn't sweat if I have to buy a few shares a little bit higher than I might ideally want to. But guys, this has been a trading stock. I showed you this chart. Okay, that's the analysis. Also, let's take a look at options. Max Pain this week, guys, is $8. At least that's the closest in terms. You guys realize how Max Pain works. It doesn't actually fall on exactly 50-cent margins because that's the strike prices. That's how they, most of these websites calculate it. But you can see, guys, we're dominating with calls. There's just not that many puts because, market makers don't like throwing money away, but there's not a big spread in the peaks. The puts are capping out, or the majority of the puts in terms of the volume are at 750, and the majority of the calls are at 8, and also a lot of 750, 850. But the point is, guys, the volumes are not as high as they were last week, but they're still, hanging on absolutely for dear life. And yeah, quite a bit of volume came into these $8 calls, even the 750 calls. Which obviously they're doing everything they can to, kill, or they're just plotting, basically setting up what they're going to do on Monday, which obviously they're doing that as well. But I don't know, guys. Do these market makers know that the ER is going to be bad, and what do they consider bad? I mean, I think I'm pretty sure we're going to beat the top line, and I'm absolutely sure we're going to beat the bottom line. I guess the worry is guidance, the worry is tech, um, you know, the worry is defaults, the worry is higher for longer, but, we just got a good inflation number. So the macro is shaping up about as good as it can for SoFi. We have strong economic growth, which means strong demand. And then we have the lower CPI. So that should lead to the Fed probably, not prolonging cuts, at least bringing the cuts in summer, as people have been talking about, maybe a bit sooner. So things could be lining up for that soft landing that will be very, very good for SoFi. It's a little bit too early to tell, of course. But that data is really excellent. So, other than mechanics, like that's just the main thing I want you to understand, guys. Here to here, um, basically the whole time. Yes, retail's coming in and out. Retail's accumulating shares. Again, a lot of you guys are making money on options, and golf clap for you, bravo. I'm very happy for you, but my point is, guys, the stock market's run by algorithms. The stock market's run by institutions. And until institutions see SoFi profitable and come into the stock in great numbers, get that institutional ownership up to 55, 60%, this sawtooth, shark tooth, crazy, you know, um, heart attack graph, whatever you call, what do you call those? I forget what you call the heart monitor. Um, this just does not look like a big stock. If you look at other like bank stocks, SoFi should be traded like a bank. Their charts don't look like this. They don't have these insane peaks and these just crazy valleys and just, dropping from $10 down to $7 for no particular reason other than some, you know, parrot with a bowling ball head and a receding hairline comes out and just makes some ridiculous rating or what in my opinion, is a ridiculous rating at the New Year holiday out of the blue. And then the media is all ready for it with just primed and ready to go. They got, their printing press just warmed up and all the dies are set in place and, they're just ready to rock. They're spreading that thing hundreds of times. That Michael Perito downgrade that precipitated. Look at that. Oh boy. Where was it? New Year's right there. Stock just falls completely off a cliff. And in fairness, it gapped up the exact same amount. Almost the exact same amount. So it's just the highs we get, it starts going up. We all get excited. The lows, everybody cries manipulation and everybody. But the bottom line is, guys, over the long term, the value of the company, the market cap of the company will reflect the performance and will reflect how much profit they're making and how much free cash flow they're making. The market works that way 100% of the time in the long run. Now, yes, shorts can try to kill a stock, but I believe that ship has sailed with SoFi now that we're going to hit gap net profit. And frankly, I believed it sailed as they reached a greater scale. If they wanted to kill this company, the time to do it was way back here. And frankly, they were just never going to kill the company. It's just they're just making money off weak retail investors who just don't know any better and just keep going in and out of the stock based on emotion and fear and stop loss and panic and all that other stuff. Guys, also, just of note, if you want to hear anything of note, I know most of you probably don't. I know none of you want to hear my SoFi rock opera, which I have a copy of right here. It's actually a number of pages long. I've been working on this thing tirelessly for you turds. But anyway, guys, yeah, I told you some of the songs I have on there. Some of you guys made some great suggestions. I'm thinking of adding in End of the World by REM, but it's hard to do that fast part and make it sound good with SoFi lyrics. It's very, very difficult. But it's the lyrics like it's the end of the quarter as we know it, and I'm buying SoFi. I like REM. REM was a good band of my youth. Michael Stipe. I wasn't like one of those REM mega fans. I didn't buy one of those little fedora hats and turn it the wrong way. I didn't just never see the sun and just covered with gray stubble. I wasn't that big a fan, but that I bought that first one, Stand, that record. Boy, that was a good record. Great band though. Very I just miss bands. I just miss music. You know, it's just the landscape of music is just basically a steaming pile of dog shit. But anyway, guys, that's neither here nor there. Reginald Smith with J.P. Morgan out with a hold at 10. Um, so, you know, J.P. Morgan's always been a little bit bearish. I know for a time they were at 6. I think then they were at 8. Um, but Reginald Smith, you know, he's hosted those conferences and he's talked to Anthony Noto. And I know, at least from what he said, he is actually a SoFi user. You know, I'm a JP Morgan and Bank and Chase user. So, you know, it's reciprocal. A lot of people use, in fact, most people use multiple financial institutions. I think the average is a lot higher than you'd expect. I probably have like, if you count credit cards and just different financial institutions I bank with or have business accounts with, I must have at least 12 or more. Mm, mm, mm. That's good hooch. That's good tap water. That's the good stuff. Old Grandpa's cough medicine. What's up, Klaus? A few more institutions buying in today. What's up, Bobby? How you doing? What's up, Bobby Joe? Got two Bobbies in a row. I got Bobby Joe and Bobby Atkinson. If Bobby Joe has a great beard, um, wait, I think Bobby Joe might be a woman. Sorry, Bobby Joe. Not sure. David M. SoFi is probably going to be 3% up. You know, it's been up after hours. You know, the last week or so, but then they do step on it. So, guys, like I said, I'm not making up these numbers. Thursday, January 4th, there were 84 million shares on loan, at least according to the data from Ortex, which is reported by the exchanges. Like, they're not just making up these numbers. Sometimes they lag a little bit, but again, so in that's 20 calendar days. So I don't know. I didn't count the trading days, but assume there's a couple weekends in there. So, you know, that's around 2 weeks of trading. The shares on loan have increased almost 50 million. What do you make of it? I mean, I make of it that, you know, institutions are putting big bets against SoFi. And I know the options, I was listening to some of the guys, the U-Turders, the options are not really reflecting that heavy bet against SoFi, at least as far as February 2nd. Um, boy, oh, ooh, oh, holy shit, is he burning them up? Oh God. I was listening, who was talking about Tarbosh? I hate you guys. Not a lurker's right. By the way, if none of you like this video and none of you subscribe, I will perform the SoFi Rock Opera. But if I get even one like on this turd, I shan't. It'll go away. It'll be like a Wu-Tang record that's bought by that Martin Scorsese guy. That what was that Pharma Bro? He bought that whole Wu-Tang record and just kept it all to himself and masturbated in the dark with his own tears. Very sad. Very very sad. The chafing was just unbelievable. But anyway, guys, that's a really strange thing. Like wanting to, I don't know what kind of personality type would want to. I guess it's just the exclusivity. It's the same people that would want to like, you know, buy like a $3 million car or something like a sports car. I mean, I could see if it was like a classic car, like a Ferrari from Le Mans or something, but it's like, no, dude, I'm gonna get a Bugatti. Like, oh, the one for like 1.5 million. Oh no, these are gonna. My buddy Roland Dub's gonna have some 28-inch solid gold wheels made for me, so it's gonna be like 4 million. But won't it not drive with, you know, thousands of pounds of solid gold wheels? I don't care, bro. Okay. Anyway, I don't really know where I was going with that, but God, that's a lot of calls. Whoa, whoa. So where's the goddamn distribution? We're gonna have to go over to Max Payne. My head is spinning. My head is spinning, spinning. Beautiful. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Sorry guys, I gotta sleep more, drink less coffee, think more, be smarter, be healthier, be more intelligent, be more cognizant, be more thoughtful, be less of an idiot. But what are you gonna do, guys, when you're a big suburban middle-aged douche? Things just don't come easy. But guys, so the puts coming in real heavy right now at $7. So I don't know. I'm looking at these options. I'm not looking at a big push down. I mean, basically, what happens with SoFi after earnings? Okay, one of two things historically happens in recent past: either a pump and dump, or a dump and dump, or just a full on pant shat dump in the pants. So it's either P and D, or DD in the PD. Um, one of those three scenarios is going to play out. I'm going to workshop and game plan every scenario. Basically, since Bill Belichick got let go, I've been working with Bill Belichick. I do hate the Patriots, but I'm workshopping Belichick. Basically, what we're doing is we're sneaking on to SoFi's practice field at night with giant binoculars. I was looking to see if I could find any plays or any secrets about the ER. I think Belichick was looking at ladies' feet with his binoculars. I don't really know. Or is that Rex Ryan? I'm not sure. That other guy from the Jets. Who's that guy with his like weird foot videos? Mike Ryan. I don't know what the fuck. They're all brothers. All a bunch of fat white guys. God, has everybody had enough of fat white guys, or is it just me? Am I right, or am I right, or am I right? Also, I was thinking about adding in. Sorry guys, I'm just all over the place. I do need to sleep more. Like I said, less coffee, a lot of that. Magnum opus, SoFi rock opera. It's coming, Ether. It's coming. It is going to be epic. I was also workshopping a little bit of Johnny Cash, like something like, "When I was just a young boy, my father told me, son, always buy you SoFi, don't ever play with guns, but I shot a man in Utah just to buy SoFi. And when I hear them bears a chirping, I raise my ears and buy." I haven't worked on that one, guys. Sorry, I'm workshopping a few things, guys. This is the minor leagues. This is like I come to my basic comedy club where nobody's there, everybody knows me. I workshop my shitty material, then I go out on the road. I get booed off stage. I get fired. I get laughed at. You know, my girlfriend leaves me for the Russian guy she's been seeing. No, this is many, many decades ago, guys. Somebody else talking for a friend. Anyway, guys, what's up, Klaus? We will all suffer together, Klaus. So it's either going to go up and then tank, or tank and then tank, or tank. What do we need, guys? That's the question. That's the question, as McEnroe said. The question, jerk. Um, Basically the question is, what is it going to take that the stock does not dump? Because we know it's probably going to pump from this level. I don't think it's just going to fall off from right here. um, but what is it going to take to actually pump the stock? So, oh my god, okay, so max pain for where, oh, I don't get the I have to become a Patreon. Oh, what a bunch of crap. um anyway, so I don't have max pain, but I don't know. It's gonna be not too high. I don't know. This is SoFi. Oh, okay. No, this is it. That's created. Yeah, so max pain is 8. Oh my god, there's a lot of calls at 12. Holy shit. That's open interest. Probably. There's a lot of volume at 11. Why so much volume at 11 and 10 and 9? I have some calls at 8, 750. I want to be in the money, guys. I mean, I don't know how big the pop's going to be. I don't think day one it's going to be over 20%. I mean, unless we hit 5 cents. But basically, to not dump, I think we need 3 cents. I think really secretly that's what the street is expecting. I've seen data driven investing. I've seen Tanner. I've seen Tevis do math on what that's going to require. I mean, it's 27 million net income. He's looking at 2.8 cents EPS, and that's a pretty big beat from the street expecting 0. I mean, 3 cent beat when SoFi is really very consistent. I mean, last quarter, I think analysts were looking for 6 or 7, and without the impungement, the impairment, the impugnment, the penis installment that they took on that write down, SoFi would have made 3 cents. So that would have been about a 3 cent improvement. So, they're looking for basically the same thing. But the thing is, you have to look at what data driven investing Chris was talking about. Um, you know, those are the incremental profit margins on the new money they bring in, particularly on the tech side. Listen to management. Don't listen to that drunk guy down at the end of the bar, the parrot. Don't listen to the chia pet. Don't listen to the five head. Don't listen to the five head. There's nobody home. The lights are on, but there's nobody home. It's just a giant forehead and self storage space behind. You want to get that ground floor. You don't want to be like carting up all your stuff to that fifth floor self storage space. You got those limited hours. Probably the upper floors smell like pee. Got people living up there, posting on YouTube. There is some shit going on. What's really going on, guys? If Noto does not pull a home run, then well, it's a walk off. As Billy Zane said in Zoolander, it's a walk off. It's a walk off. Um, thanks, not a lurker. I got to take the cap off. Mm, mm. As Bob Wiley said, and what about Bob? Mm, like, you enjoying those potatoes, Bob? It's like, I see salt, but I don't see salt substitute. Oh, Gil. Gil's a city fish, guys. Hope you know that. What is this? Some kind of new radical therapy? It's like just murdering him. What's up, Alberto? How's it going? I cannot run. I was born in Cuba. I actually came over here during the where what I can't even keep it straight. I don't want to subject you guys to my horrible Tony Montana impression. Not on a Friday, guys. Um, Luke, it's not a school musical. It's a rock opera. It's my epic Sofi rock opera. I've been out of school for about 40 years, unfortunately. No, but I appreciate that. I could use you. My Casio keyboard is not. My skills are terrible. AJ53, where's Roy? I tried to get Roy on, but I don't have his number, his email, his last name. I don't know like where he is. I don't know anything about him other than Roy. I Googled him, but all I got was Munson. I got Munson out in the middle of nowhere, so it just wasn't effective. But if Roy's the only bull, I love Roy. Now I'm a Roy fanboy, babe. DannyDealz for sale. DannyDealz is for sale. Just the right price. Um, guys, oh sorry, Luke. I'm a little slow on the uptake if you hadn't figured it out. Plus I just like I'm trying to think about a bunch of things at once, and I'm like, look like a pair of fucking windshield wipers. Or in Princess J, runs me around the tennis court. We call it topernome because it's like like a metronome when you play piano, and a toper is a fat guy. So she's running me all over the court. We call it topernoming, and I got very tired. It's not because I'm fat. Roy's juggling women. I don't think so. Roy strikes me as a family man. Roy strikes me as the kind of guy that's off time, coaches like JV girls basketball down at the local Christian high school. Just gives a lot back. Just that kind of guy. Kind of guy that if you actually have to move, he's the kind of guy who will actually show up and help you move. Not just say he's going to show up. And he probably has a fucking pickup truck. And he won't take gas money. He's not going to take gas money. He'll invite you down to the church social. Maybe throw a bounce pass or two with Jimmy Chitwood. Strikes me just real good Midwestern values, Roy. What makes Roy tick? I have no fucking idea. Chris, I know what makes him tick. It's king crab season. He wants to get back on the Bering Sea. He's never forgiven Captain Sig for firing him. It's all a big misunderstanding. He didn't eat them crab legs. Could have been Dusty. I don't know. He didn't steal them pots. Who can carry a 15,000-pound crab pot? Not me, to be sure. Um, let's see, guys. Who is this? Okay. Enokesh. What's going on, guys? Hello and welcome, by the way, to all my new customers. Hello and welcome. Want to welcome you and say hello. Would like to thank some very important people, of course, myself. Praise be, praise me. It's your old buddy, DannyDealz. And again, like I always say, wait, I don't have an old buddy, DannyDealz. You do now, friend. You do now. And guys, I don't know anything about anything. That's not really the point of this show. The point of this show originally was like, I saw so many dumb people who I knew weren't beating the market because the stuff they were saying was so dumb, and they were just trying to get dumb people to give them money. Um, that's the whole difference why I don't consider Tanner and the whole course controversy. I don't consider him a grifter. He's not trying to get dumb people to give him money. He's trying to get smart people to give him money. If you're trying to get dumb people to give you money, you're a fucking grifter. Because dumb people should not be buying or picking stocks. That's where shirtless, hairy back, gorilla accountant guy was right. And he's actually right about a lot of things. I watched a few of his videos. He's actually pretty good. Now, I don't like the nose, the camera up the nose, like jackal laughing. Ah! I like that, alpha, just, think all my own jokes are funny, even though none of them are at all funny. But he's actually a very smart guy. What he's saying is, I don't know how smart, but what he's saying is very smart, which is that people who pick stocks and you're just stupid. You're not going to beat the market. Most individual investors, they lose their ass. Now we lie about it. No, I beat the market all the time. I've 10x like maybe 400 or 500 stocks. I got like $7 trillion. Like everybody lies. All the YouTubers lie. I mean, it's so obvious because if you look at what they're peddling, if you look at the hash they're trying to sling, and then that don't get you a Lambro. I mean, yeah, if you hit some coin and just got totally lucky, that's one thing. Or some people hit Tesla. Did you not hear me? Do we move in the after? I don't know, Roland Dubs. I was just saying, I don't know anything. We're getting knocked down again. So 56 million shares traded, shorts going off. It's January 26th. It's a Friday, guys. We got 29 minutes left. It's 12:31 in the afternoon out here in beautiful sunny Los Angeles. So we got a half an hour left in the trading day. Stock is not pushing up at all, guys. They're just stepping on this thing just mercilessly. They just do. I don't know. Do they not want to pay the 750 calls? I don't know. Not even to that level. But in any case, guys, boy, this the volume showed a little variance. I mean, did we get the sort of, yeah, I mean, it's not really a shallow bull. It's just kind of steady, but you do see some buys coming in. But man, this chart is just, they're just locked on. I mean, honest to God, if I saw this chart, besides the pretty dramatic increase in volume and the insane increase in options next week, particularly call options, I wouldn't even think we're having an ER. Like the shorts, the bears are not behaving like there's an ER. Do they know something I don't know? I don't think so. Do they know something Anthony Noto and Chris LaPointe don't know? Absolutely not. Zero chance. Is Honest Anthony lying to you? Let me go back to my tile. 57 million shares traded on the day, guys. That's not my tile. Where the hell's my tile? Let me go back to my tile. Honest Anthony doesn't tell a lie. He chopped down a cherry tree. All that bullshit. And Benedict Chiapet, who are you going to believe, guys? Who has the hair? Who has the great hair? Of course, I'm not talking about me, not today. It's Frizzy. Honey, I apologize. I forgot to do my VO5 hot oil treatment, so things are not pretty for many reasons. That's good. That's good. So, oh, they're shorting the shit out of it, Doofus Rufus. I mean, it's not showing up particularly in the short, but more like know someone you don't know. Yeah. Whales are waiting for earnings. Yeah, let's see. I mean, and this is very, very good for whales, as Klaus is saying. I think obviously whales control whales, market makers, institutions, whatever. They control all the short-term price action, particularly on this stock. Like they control it with like down to a fine-tooth comb, down to a razor's edge. So if a lot of whales might want to get in, they might be telling, hey, it's relatively cheap to hold the stock down pre-ER. And we can create some FUD maybe on ER day. So if you see good trend, you really like what you see, you want to jump in, those guys don't want to pay over the SPAC offering price. Those guys don't even probably want to pay 8. They probably wanted to pay 5. But that's the thing about the market makers. They look backward and they're like, oh, we should have done this. We're going to like recreate it. But it costs money. And if you're wrong about everything, for a long time, it's going to be expensive. And I sort of see, just in my mind, that's where they are. SoFi never faltered. It never faded. It never wavered. Management has been confident the entire time. They've never had to trot out one of those ERs, like a firm or like some of these other shit, like dog shit companies where they just fell apart. Being SoFi management means never having to say you're sorry. because you're honest, you're upfront about things that are going to be bad. They told us, tech's going to have a couple of bad quarters here, maybe a bad year, not a bad for the company, but just in terms of the numbers at the bottom line, because we're going to be in a period of transition. But they're telling us tech's going to be insane. They're giving us guidance for this quarter. They're giving us guidance for next year. The street doesn't want to listen. The street doesn't want to give SoFi any respect. Um, yeah, I mean, I think they're going to cut spending dramatically. If you look at the trend in customer acquisition cost, um, it was cut down pretty dramatically. So, um, basically, how are they going to get to 5 cents? I think you need reduction in customer acquisition cost. You need reduction in spending overall. People are worried about the pensions, but I don't I don't think that'll all come, or not the pensions, but excuse me, the severance. I don't think that's all going to come as an expense this quarter. I think they're going to be able to move that around a little bit more than people think. Again, these are finance guys. These are accounting guys. They can massage numbers. They can change things around. Noto has been telling us, not in code, not subtly, look to Q4, look to Q4, look to Q4. Q3 isn't going to be that good. Q4 is going to be amazing. We're targeting everything to Q4. Why doesn't the market listen? Why do they think it's going to be 0 cents EPS? Why do some of these guys think it's going to be a 1 cent loss? How can the consensus be 6 cents for next year? Which was the guy on who had it like 25 cents on the upper end of his guidance last night on SoFi Weekly? I think it was Roy. I think that's why everybody was in love with Roy all of a sudden. Or the winning smile. I don't know what it was, but no, it won't. Right, you're right. Why is that, Calv? Do they just they're not going to pay that severance yet? They'll pay the severance. They probably pay the severance weekly or monthly or however they got paid before. So if anything, there'll probably be a cost reduction from those labs. But next quarter it should be a bigger reduction, and maybe they'll have a one-time charge as far as the severances, but should be a cost reduction overall. 4 to 6 cents, you think I said last night if we touch 5, I think it'll do a mini squeeze in your shorts to 14. I think there will be a lot of covering. I think that 5 cents in Q4, and he says they're going to earn more and more every quarter. I mean, you're implying that you could get to that 25 cents earnings. And then what does EPS look like for 2025, 2026, 2027? All of a sudden, this company is dramatically undervalued and dramatically on sale. Even if you get to 3 cents, I think it's pretty dramatically undervalued. I think it's dramatically undervalued anyway. I mean, I just think what I think. I don't base my opinions on data or analysis. I just get a gut feeling. I just shoot from the hip. I grip it and rip it. I grab life by the horns. I work hard. I play hard. All those stupid fucking cliches you turders tell you. I work hard. I play hard. I just bought the new Lambro. I don't really like the Tesla Plaid. How does that relate to your life? I got a brown CRV. I got a Carhartt flannel shirt. I got fuzzy, unmanageable hair with a lot of split ends. Who are you going to listen to? Listen to the grinder. Listen to the other guy. Listen to the guy who's been in the trenches and made more stupid mistakes than you could possibly imagine through 30 years of picking individual stocks. And you're goddamn right I've beat the market. I beat it senseless because I'm disciplined, I'm stubborn, and I'll tell you how simple it is. Pick great companies that the market and the market makers beat to hell, buy them at their lows, and hold them. And I don't care if you never sell a covered call. I don't care if you never, trade around earnings. I don't care if you never hedge. You're going to be just fine. Just diversify a bit. Don't put all your money in one. I mean, of course, Charlie Munger said diversification's for pussies. But the point is diversify. You're not Charlie Munger. You're an asshole. You're a turd. So don't go thinking you're Charlie Munger. Rest in peace, by the way. Buffett currently, Buffett owns a ton of new. I own some new as well. Not a huge position, but you just can't ignore the growth. It's been crazy. DAOs, Klaus, this has been a very unique one that they've really held on to. Where, if this was a firm, getting that kind of valuation with their results, this would be a $25 billion market cap. This company's worth double a firm in its sleep. My toe fungus is worth more than a firm. My big toenail that I cut off because it's thick and I'm calcified, I'm getting all it goes across the room. I once put a kid's eye out trimming my toenails in an airport in Toledo, Ohio. I'm still dealing with the litigation 15 years later, and my toenails weren't even as thick as crusty as they are now. Poor kid. We're still good friends. I have him over every Thanksgiving. Bought him a new pair of glasses. Nice part about buying that kid glasses, you only have to pay for one lens. He's a good kid. His name's Pico. What's going on? What's up, Lisa? Yeah, Roy's good. Hey, what's up, Calv88? You look like an important young man there. You got a little mustache, maybe a blue dress shirt, maybe a name tag of some sort. Like you could be selling Verizon door to door. Hey, I know you didn't like it when we switched from Frontier. We screwed you over. Would you like to switch back? No, I'm just joking, Calvin. I'm sure you're very important, like an attorney. Probably going to sue me for making that statement implying you're selling cable and telephony services door to door like some kind of peon. Let me retract that. I wish I could retract it like it was a chat comment. I'm sorry, Calvin, 88. You're a young man, at least according to me. Probably for YouTube, you're old as shit if you're born in 88, but I was born decades before that. Guys, I'm just shadow boxing the apocalypse. I'm just running down a dream. What else? I don't know. I can't think of any other lyrics right now. But I am working on my rock opera. If anyone wants to hear that, Noto, dial up a beat on earnings and I'll perform that rock opera for these turds. I don't know if I should go on with the SoFi Weekly guys on Monday morning or do my own show because I know Stock Goat is doing a show. I know about a million other people are doing a show, probably like that Uncle Bruce guy and whatever, that Midwest guy who says, take that as you see it. And then who else that, God, there's so many SoFi U-turders. You could fucking throw a rock and hit one, probably in the head, and you'd probably make us smarter. But everybody's doing a live stream, so I don't know if I should do a live stream or maybe I'll just pop in on the guys, pop in on Catfish if he's around. I do need to get a live stream with Catfish. I got sicker than shit, and it was all I could do to just do my own show just a little bit. That was when I was missing quite a few shows there. Oh, I know, not a lurker. Tap water. Beat you to it. Read your mind. Um, anyway, guys, welcome and hello and welcome. Not sure how long this has been going on. I can't read my monitor, but there's 100 some odd people here. God in heaven, what are you guys doing? What do you guys have to do with your lives? But we're almost at the end of the day here, guys. It is 18 minutes left in the trading day. It is SoFi Technologies Incorporated. It's ticker symbol SOFI. The shorts, the bears, the turds, they're whistling past the graveyard. I still think it's gonna pop up here a little bit at the very end. You could actually move up pretty dramatically in 5 or 10 minutes. They can do whatever they want. 53 minutes. Thank you, not a lurker. So I'm like almost an hour. I'm pushing almost an hour. Um, Cool. Can't wait, Princess J. Thank you, not a lurker. Guys, this has been going on again forever, much like the beatdown the SoFi stock's been taking. Again, guys, JP Morgan out today at 10 with a re-rate. Of course, as anybody puts out a bullish rating, quickly one of the bears is going to come in. But I don't view that as really bearish. I mean, come on, guys, 30% upside on the stock from a bear? Where Yeah, I mean, well, it was basically 3 cents, wasn't it, Deuce Kabuski? We lost 3 cents. Um, what do you adjust for that 3 cents, Deuce? Mark says buy more than they sold. Jezer Buffet, tell me it's going to the moon. It's going to the moon, Crypt. It's going to the moon, son. Don't worry. Tell your mother I'm still trying to find those eggs. I know I've been gone for 26 years, but tell her I'm going to be back soon. Just been down at the corner store. Sorry about the child support. No, Catfish, stamina, 95 years old. 95. You guys I know. His live streams are incredible. I mean, the guy's a fucking... he could be like a local newscaster in Tampa. Like, it's Catfish. Let's go to Catfish with sports. I got just I love Catfish. I can't watch his whole show, but when I pop on, it's like I try to guys when I watch people's YouTube shows. Sorry, this hair is just starting to fucking really annoy me. So scratchy, so many split ends. Let me pull this back like a wannabe douche from like an extra from Sons of Anarchy. Hey, you messed with Jax? You don't mess with Jax. He's a wiry, douchey looking white guy who could just kick anyone's ass in the world. He don't care if you're a, you know, he don't care if you're a 350-pound Vato biker who could bench press 550 pounds. Jax will knock you out. Don't mess with Jax. He's a pretty boy. He's been in 5 million fights. He still looks like a male model. Still has all his teeth. That ain't how life goes, guys. I mean, I was a bouncer for many, many, many years, different places. And, dude, you don't get punched in the face, you come out looking like this, taking enough blows to the head. I've been sucker punched more times than a little bit, and it ain't fun. Brian Pig, I don't know if that's for me. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Doofus Rufus, Bear Turd, Kill the Bears. Completely agree with you there, Doofus Rufus. Josh Bailey is here. Josh, good to see you guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Eloy Musk. Hey, this is my brother, Eloy. What? Eloy. Dude, we're from, like, where I grew up in just middle of fucking Farmville, hick shit. You get some weird names like, hey, this is my boy, Eloy. Eli? No, Eloy. What? Elois? No, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Anyway, guys, it's the SoFi stock. So Reginald Smith at 10, still 30% upside. Analyst estimate, which I think are very low, and you can equate this to what they're predicting on the stock. Like, their estimate is 929, and they're predicting 2.46 billion and 6 cents for next year. So if we hit more 14 to 20 cents and 2.8 billion, you have to think this is more of a $13, $14 stock, which is why my price target is a very conservative $13.75. Guys, I'm not going to make it till the close of market. I'm just absolutely running out of gas. But if you guys want to kibitz and commiserate, I encourage you to check out the SoFi Weekly. They went in depth on the numbers. I encourage you to check out Data Driven Investing. I encourage you to check out Steve Areno's articles on Seeking Alpha. There's so many good people that just really get inside the numbers. But guys, this spring is loaded, and it's loaded tight. Let me update you on the live short interest here. Looking at 2.37 million net borrowing, that number is going to go up because they've been holding this thing down with borrowing all day. They can't control the volume. There's too many people coming into the stock. But if you look at these aggregate short volume ratios, I know this isn't like 1-to-1. I know borrowing is complicated. I know options are often involved. Hedging, shorting. Thank you, not a lurker. That's better. It's not only tap water time. It's get the hell out of here time because I got work to do. I got to get something to eat. I'm dying. I'm absolutely dying. You're killing Independent George. You're killing. This is going to be the summer of George. It's going to be the summer of DannyDealz. And these shorts are trying to step on my dreams, guys. Like I said at the outset, I don't play. Fuck around and find out. I don't play. I don't hedge. I take shares off the market. That's what I do. I see a mark and I take him down. I don't play it straight up. Maybe win some, lose some. It's not what I do. This is a serious investment for me. I've looked at the numbers. I look at every ER. I look at the experts. I look at their credibility. I look at what they're saying, and does it comport with reality? Does it equate with the numbers I'm seeing down on the paper? When you look at the numbers, you get an unmistakable picture. SoFi is absolutely crushing it. Me and Tony Noto are climbing Mount Crushmore together. Sorry. We're going to climb Mount Crushmore together. We're going to have a Sherpa. But with us, it's just going to be one flight of stairs. We're going to go to, an Airbnb after this. We're going to hang out. We're going to have some drinks. We're going to talk SoFi. Maybe some of you guys want to join us. He hasn't given me the address yet. He said he's going to get back to me later, like Shooter McGavin told Joe Flaherty in Happy Gilmore. But I don't think Noto would big league me, would he? Maybe he asked me. Maybe he didn't invite me over for a vacation. Maybe he thought he was hiring me to wash his car. Maybe that was it. He's got those Rolling Dubs also hooked him up with a set of those solid gold wheels, those solid gold 28s. The only problem is, again, each wheel weighing about 12,000 pounds. Your vehicle will not move unless you have in excess of like 65,000 horsepower. But maybe you can get one of them rocket engines from SpaceX. You can buy one of them rocket engines from Elon. I'm gonna have a rocket car. Who's that? Was that Farva? It's like, I would buy a $2 million car. I love Rod Farva. I'm all highway. I'm all highway. Scene where he's stripped naked, his flower on his own butt. So stupid. Um, do you need assistance? Do you need assistance, car 3? Do you need me out there? Like, shut up, Rod. It's like, catching any speeders today, big fella? Oh God, I love Super Troopers. That's just great stuff. Um, Chimp, what was that? Chimp Pokemon? Johnny Chimpo? I can't. So stupid. Oh, these boys, they get that maple syrup in them. Um, anyway, guys, better put that dog on a leash. How many guys can write a movie and say you're going to put the dog on a leash again? Anyway, guys, I've completely run out of things to say about SoFi. The picture is clear. The ER is going to tell the story. This is one where the ER is going to matter. Neutral, I think even a 1 cent beat, the stock's probably going to sell off a little bit from here. If it does beat by 1 cent, will probably climb as time goes on, but they'll construct a narrative to attack the stock because they're shorting the hell out of it. The ER has to be a decisive beat, and more importantly, tech has to do well. Big guidance raise, big student loan originations. If everything I think is going to happen actually happens, guys, we're going to be on a gravy train with biscuit fucking wheels. Get ready to order you some surf and turf. Get ready to order something off the menu, you cheap piker bastard, that just says market price. You don't even know how much it costs. The New Zealand lobster tail. Fucking thing's probably $180 a pound. Monday night, you're going to order at market price because the market is finally going to respect what we're doing here. Respect what I do. Respect my authority. Respect my authority. Anthony Noto, I know you watch the show. People who work at SoFi have told me you watch my show, and that is actually somewhat true. I don't know. I don't know if he does or if he doesn't, but I do know a few people over at SoFi. Again, not the top brass or anything. Some lower level, ineffectual middle management suck ups. I don't know any information. I know zero that you don't know. I probably know less than you know. But I just know people inside the company are feeling good about the company. They were not feeling good, obviously, about some of the layoffs, but SoFi is really hitting on all cylinders. I feel good about the layoffs. I think they're going to cut costs throughout 2024 aggressively. I think they're going to be looking to make more profit, not really focusing as much on the aggregate membership growth. Now, they did talking about getting to 1 million members a quarter, which, I mean, I think they can do. Remember, there were 717,000 in Q3 on student loan originations. Those are going to increase. Home loan originations. And then you're going to be you're going to be more and more of a household name every single year. We have the Super Bowl coming up at SoFi Stadium in just a couple of years. Again, SoFi at Work is expanding into all kinds of different workplaces. Just partnered with Chipotle, have deals in place with like all kinds of big companies. And realize Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, et cetera, et cetera. They all in some capacity use SoFi at Work, and eventually SoFi is going to monetize those relationships and probably at high margins. In those benefits space, Jake Hill, Die a King. I don't want to live forever. I just want to die a king. Smoke up the rag, light up the bag, light up the sage, and I never look back. I am the entity. I am the monster. Light up. Yeah, I can't really remember the lyrics to that song. That was a big hit on YouTube about 10 years ago or something. Jake Hill, Die a King. If you just want to get pumped up, if you're ever going to do like an amateur boxing match against Carl Weathers or Ivan Drago and you don't want to get killed, I recommend Jake Hill, Die a King. Put on something with really good bass because the bass is just stupid. Um, Joy Luna's all in. If you can't trust Joy Luna, guys, in this day and age, who can you trust? Nobody. That's the answer. Mike Hill. Who's Mike Hill? Everybody, you guys have told me like 10 times who Mike Hill. I can't remember, guys. Mike Hill's on the chat. Sorry, guys. Various 1 and 2 star analysts. SoFi is doing too well. Probably fraud. Yeah, I mean, Mike Hill makes good points. I thought he was Jake Hill. I thought he was, I won't say the other thing. Hey, Deuce Kabuski, everybody. I hope you guys have an absolutely great weekend. Try not to worry too much. There's nothing we can do. Remember, the numbers have been done and dusted for a month now. They've just been cooking the books, just furiously cooking the books in the back room. They have it's like a scene out of Reservoir Dogs because police officer tied up in the corner. You got Harvey Keitel over there. Michael Matz is like, "You gonna bark, little dog, or you gonna bite?" He's like, "What did you say? Excuse me. Would you repeat that?" He's like, "You heard me." He's like, No, no, you repeat that. You repeat that. He's like, we're going crazy. He's gonna burn him. He's like, I don't care about the cop. Chris Penn, rest in peace. Great Chris Penn role. Um, Stop pointing gun. Anyway, guys, it's Reservoir Dogs. It's a great film. Of course, I usually don't talk for an hour about. So wait, I do all the time. I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my mind. But that is a short trip, guys. To that, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank you for joining me. We have 100 and some of you idiots in here. We got 6 minutes left in the trading day. We got. We're still. What are we pushing up a little bit here? Not really. What are we doing? 766. Okay, at least we push green. I mean, that's good. At least we push green. Hopefully that is Princess J sending hearts. If not, whoever it is, I respect you as well. Un poco mas. Let's go. Un poco mas. Not a lurker. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, not a lurker is looking for a thumbs up. If you want to leave not a lurker a thumbs up, I will call for that because we appreciate that dude. He's actually really helping me out because I can't read all those fucking comments. The show would be 2 hours instead of 1 hour. So holding it down, make sure you guys don't get too crazy over there. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Princess J. Appreciate you, Cutie. Appreciate all of you, in fact. Really thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see what the ER brings. Leave a comment in the video. They'll put the replay up. Leave a comment if you want me to live stream, if you think I should live stream with Tanner and Tevis and Steve and Roy and maybe... what's the deadliest catch guy's name? Data-driven investing. Chris. I think he was probably better on deadliest catch because there was more of an edge. But, you know, the clean-cut, well-scrubbed Chris now doing data. That works as well. But anyway, guys, those guys are hilarious. That was a funny show. I liked seeing kind of their sense of humor pop up a little bit. And you guys were just going nuts on the comments, bunch of you turds. But hey guys, hold the line. Joy Luna. Joy Luna has a lot of wisdom today. Flint Creek, thanks for tuning in. Lisa RK, thanks a lot. C-Bar Engineering, thanks for being here. Paul Clark, thanks for tuning in from the UK. Thanks, Klaus. Appreciate you. Jake the Snake. Roberts, love those pants you had made in the WWE. Ben G, good to see you. Everybody, thanks a lot. I appreciate you. It's Un Poco Mas. My name's DannyDealz. For Hurricane Lopez and all that other bullshit, not a lurker, we appreciate you guys. Peace! Sofi earnings pre-market Monday. Hold on to your hats and glasses. Put on 2 pairs of Depends in case you soil yourself. I know I'll be wearing some. Bye-bye.